Well, good evening, race fans, and we're happy to have you back with us again at Rob's Classic Racing League. Tonight, we have a replay of the 2 Saturday Showdown races at Eiger Nordwand, where we do the course in reverse. We have 8 cars in the field today. On pole, we have Matt MacGyver. On the front row alongside is Klaus, today called Klaus von Orlock for some reason. I like it. On row 2, we have Spiffy de Tejas and Ravenman 2222. On row 3, Spinny and Trigger, the Brothers Grimm. And on row 4, we have Ian Vincent and Marky B, who will be joining us soon for the streams. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and click this sucker into existence. And we are off. Matt takes the lead from pole, gets great position. Spiffy tries to move on the outside of Klaus. Can't make it happen. Spinny goes wide. Looks like he took a little bit of the barrier there. Klaus is comfortably into second. Spiffy pretty far behind. Oh, he took some wall with him. Still manages to hold it together, but that gives Ravenman a shot, and he takes that shot. Spinny tries to get alongside, has to check up. So now we have Ravenman up to third, takes away Spiffy's spot. Spiffy, of course, Spinny in fifth. Brother Trigger is behind him in sixth. Looks like he's trying to get around him or protect him. I can't tell exactly what he's doing there. But Spinny, as his name implies, spins the car a little bit and heads all the way to the back. Ian Vincent now goes up into 7th position. Marky B up into 6th. Trigger now takes over his brother's spot in 5th. Spiffy's still down in 4th. Ravenman in 3rd, and his partner Matt MacGyver has gone back to 2nd as Klaus von Orlock catches him up and passes him at some point. But now they're going out in hammer and tongs. nose to tail through this very difficult section. It's a high-speed series of turns here. And oh, Matt gets around him. Touchy-watchy there, but not bad. Fair play. So Matt takes the lead for the moment. And Klaus looks like he's a trailer on that Jag. Looks like he's getting a tow. And Trigger goes around now. Same spot that his brother did. Now Trigger goes to the rear. Ian Vincent passes him, stays in seventh. Spinny up to 6th. Mark up to 5th. So ooh, and we got another spin. Looks like Ian went around, but he's back on track. So while we're watching all this excitement, just wanted to let you know that Saturday Showdown is a team event. And the teams are Matt MacGyver and Raven Man in the Jag, Spiffy and Marky B in the Sylvias. Klaus von Orlock is by himself in the Aston Martin. He is not partnered up with anybody currently. Ian Vincent is also using the Sylvia. Trigger and Spinny are teamed up in the BMW M4. So Marky's up to 5th. Oh, Spiffy is past Klaus. So Klaus must have had a mishap here. Let's see if we can go back. We don't have replay, unfortunately, because we are doing this on a replay, and that function is not available when you're in replay mode. So we'll just go ahead and roll it on back the old-fashioned way. All right, so here's Spiffy going up to, oh yeah, Klaus had a little roll in the hay there, so he's back down into 4th. Let's get you caught up. So Spiffy to the 3rd, Raven Man 2nd, Matt MacGyver is in the 1st position with the fastest lap so far. Still early in the race. We will be doing a total of probably about 16 laps. These are 20-minute race, 20-minute races. So that is our time limit. Given that most of these are somewhere just under the 1:10 mark, we are probably looking at 16 laps. Maybe 17 if we go a hair faster. Alright, so Spiffy's on Raven Man's tail. Trying to get him caught up. Klaus von Orlock goes a little wide. Still, though, very rapid. He is catching up quickly. He's also on the soft tires. The way this works is the drivers who had the highest scores the previous week have to start out on mediums. That would be the 4 highest scoring drivers. At least on a day when we have 8. So this is a nice little war going on down here into the first big left-hander. And Klaus tries to take a chunk out of Spiffy, can't quite make it happen. There he goes. Trying to find that outside line. He's definitely got a run on him. Okay, Spiffy shuts the door. And on up the hill. Spiffy's on medium, so he probably isn't long for this position. Klaus goes wide again, gets dirty tires. And gives Spiffy a little love tap there. Oh, Spiffy gives him a tap and sends him around. So Klaus is in bad shape right now. Looks like Spiffy's going to wait for him. Feels he's at fault there. And off he goes. Hopefully no harm done, but Ian Vincent passes him up. Can't get the pace going enough to keep Ian from coming around, so Spiffy drops all the way back to 6th. Mark right behind him in 7th. So he's back with his partner. Here comes Trigger. Trigger's having a time of it. He started out very well, but he seems to be having a lot of trouble with his course. He's on soft tires. As you can see, he has some damage in the rear. Oh! Finds Barry. Yeah. I think he might have got knocked unconscious there for a second, but he's all right now. All right, Matt's way out in front. Seconds ahead. just dropped a 107.2, which is a fantastic lap. Ravenman, his partner, right behind him. Fastest lap 109.3, and he is on the softs. Spinny is in third. He's on the mediums. Had a great week last week. Klaus on the soft tires in fourth. Ian Vincent on the soft tires. Right behind him is Spiffy, and he's on the mediums. So coming into this big sweeping left-hander, we go, and Spiffy looks like he's got him in his sights. Yeah, about a second separate them. Oh, Ian gets very slidey. Even on those grippy tires, that's a tough corner going downhill. Oh, good heavens, Spiffy, what are you doing? Oh, that's terrible. He seems to be catching him up. So far, oh, it looks like he let him pass. All right. Don't know why. He seemed to be going really well. Maybe his foot slipped off the pedal or something. I don't know. He's having a rough time getting around that corner. Seems very loose. So I don't know if he thought he ought to just go ahead and give up that position and live to fight another lap, or if something actually went wrong. But nevertheless, he's dropped the spot and Spiffy took it. That looks like we've lost one. We've lost Trigger. Trigger's gone. So, Marky B is in seventh. Seems to be carving it up very nicely. He and Spiffy have opted for the bovine livery. All right, we have a little bit of a war happening up front here between Matt and his partner Ravenman. Spinny's back in third, and it looked like he's having quite a war with Klaus. Klaus is proper quick, and he's back on the wheel today. Getting quite loose, but still put down a 107.3 in spite of that car going all over the place. Great lap. Spinny got himself a 108.1, it looks like. That's a great lap for medium tires. Oh, Matt took that one very wide. But yeah, he has probably a good second and a half on his partner. Yeah, Klaus is overtaken. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's just about to. He's getting ready to overtake Spinny. It seems inevitable if Klaus can hang on, as he does have the better tires. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's carving up these twisties. Oh, now we've got a race going on. I do have a feeling we're going to go from nose to tail to side by side in a few seconds. Spinny's car brought to you by Listerine, the best smelling exhaust on the track. And they are flying through that downhill sector. Klaus taking advantage of both slipstreams. Now we got side-by-side action. And Klaus, had a little bit of a drop there. We're okay now. But Klaus takes advantage of both slipstreams and gets on through. And now he's up in podium place. And gunning for Ravenman. Looks like he's about to get it. Does a little over-under. And takes advantage of those sticky tires and all that grip. Oh, but look at Ravenman. Oh, Ravenman took him wide, and he goes. Oh my gosh, Spiffy. Luckily, he ghosted her. That would have been a right mess. But yeah, he almost took out the flagman. So Spiffy pops up into fourth place. Klaus all the way back down to sixth. So that puts Spinny into podium place, right behind Raven Man, who he is closing in on rapidly. It looks like he's going to take him down the hill, and he does. Great move. That's a tough spot to pass in. You're just barely hanging on when you're coming down through that carousel. So Raven Man drops down to third. Matt MacGyver all by himself up front, just coasting at this time. And Klaus now has dropped the best lap, a sub 107. First time we've seen that. How's Mark doing back there? Mark is dropping reasonably good laps. Still by himself. Oh, catches some grass there, but no harm, no foul. Still looks good. Trying to catch up to Raven Man. He got himself another position. And meanwhile, Raven Man all the way back into sixth now. Klaus has passed him up. All right, Klaus trying to find his way back toward the front where he thinks he belongs, and rightfully so. He's got Ian in his sights and Sylvia. Both of them taking a great line through there. Klaus takes the better. Oh, and he takes some barrier with him. Klaus was taking the better line, but apparently he overcooked it in that one spot. Let's see how he does here. He took some grass. You gotta watch out for dirty tires in that section. That will really bite you. All right, Klaus looks like he's putting the intimidation maneuver on Ian. Trying to get really big into his mirrors. What's going on up front here real quick? Looks like Spinny is slowing down a little bit. Spinny's by himself. All right, let's watch what's going on here. Yeah, Klaus is biding his time. Now he's very rapid in the zigzags going up the hill. All right, folks, this is race 1 of 2. We're a little over halfway through. Oh, and Ian just lets him slide by, just like he did Spiffy. I guess he just didn't want any part of that battle. He wants to keep it on the track and run his race. Fair play. All right, Raven Man still in 6th. Looks like Mark is pretty far back. Oh, he must have had a terrible incident. Yeah, he scraped 10 seconds off of his previous lap, so must have had a bad bit of luck. And he's got some dents to show for it. And there's Matt, just cutting through the corners nice and easy. Not mowing any lawns today. You got Spinny right behind him. Gets a little bit of dirt, no harm. And Spiffy up into 3rd with Klaus chasing him down. Where have we seen that before? Klaus takes a tight line. Seems to be a fast one. Oh yeah, that doesn't look good for Spiffy. Not at all. Ooh, that was close. He picked up a lot of dirt there. Yeah, Klaus is just playing the intimidation game brilliantly here. Staying right on the tailpipe of Spiffy. Oh, he takes a really tight line now. And Spiffy's taking the same line every time he goes down to that section. Klaus has tried a whole lot of different tricks there. Oh, little bump. No harm done. Little love tap. Yeah, these two have been swapping paint the whole race. Here comes Klaus. Yeah, he gets a lot of momentum going up the hill. Has the start-finish line. And pulls out a 109. Not a fast lap for him, but then he does have a lot of traffic in front of him. Meanwhile, here's Spinny. All all alone, putting down solid 108s. Matt MacGyver, 107s. Of course, he's on soft tires, but still. Oh, and drops the fastest lap. 106.5. All right, that absolutely crushed the previous number. All right, back to the battle that is Spiffy and Klaus. Again, right on his rear, never gives him a push, or at least not very often, but certainly lets him know he's there. And Spiffy gets loose, that's going to cost him. Klaus slowed down, he must have seen something he didn't like. Yeah, probably was afraid that Spiffy would spin out and take him out with him. Thankfully, that didn't happen. All right, through they go. 108.5 according to that count. Klaus 107.9. So, yeah, he is on a skunk hunt, folks. Going for the outside line. Let's see. Oh, no, it's a little too aggressive. And takes himself out. Ian goes whizzing around. So Ian pops up into fourth. Spiffy now out by himself. In his not safe for work livery. All right, Klaus back down in fifth. Looking to regain momentum. Ravenman all the way down in sixth. He has been for quite a while. Markey still in seventh position. Dropping 110s now, so not too bad. Looks like he had another bad lap on 12. Let's watch. Let's see if he's having any regular issues with parts of this track. All right, so this part is very tricky. Actually, the parts prior... Oh, he does scrape. Really bad. That'll definitely cost him time. But the trickiest section probably is the one coming down the hill after the first turn. Because there are a lot of little joggy turns there, and the track tightens up a little bit, so you have to be ready for it. All right, we got Matt. Oh, Spinny's on his tail now. Spinny's making a race of it. What happened to Matt? Matt had a mishap. Look at that. His lap is 7 seconds plus slower than his previous lap. So, yeah, he must have had a really bad hit. Let's take a look at his front end here. Sorry, let's see. Yeah, he's got some damage up front. Look at it. So that puts Spinny right on him. Boy, that jump is tricky, too. You get airborne momentarily, and it freaks you out. All right, both Matt and Spinny take great lines through here. This is the tricky part, because you're coming around a blind corner. You have to take it just so, because if you get too wide, you're going to hit a narrow spot in the track, hit the curb, and then your car is going to spin out of control. Nice slide, Matt. All right, he sees Spinny in his mirrors, and he's not fooling around now. He knows there's a damn fast driver coming for him. Right there's Spiffy. Oh, looks like he got a little bit loose there. Did drop a 107.7 on this medium tire. That's not too bad. Spinny has a 107.9 on his medium, so yeah. Oh, no! You do not want to get in the grass there. Let's see if Spiffy gets around him. He does. On into second place. Gets a little wide in the corner there. I think he's just trying an avoiding maneuver. Got a little offline. But they're both back on it. Here comes Spinny surely driving in anger. Nobody likes to do that. I imagine a few F-bombs were thrown. Good line come through. A little wide. He got some grass and dirt. Both of them take that one fine. Oh yeah, now they're on each other's tail. So Ravenman, we're on the final lap. Ravenman's day, or at least his race is over. Marky B coming up behind, still on track, still racing for position. Here comes Matt with 106.5 and a bunch of 107s. Looks like our sure winner. Lots of space between him and Spiff. Let's see how we're doing back here. Looks like Spinny has lost a little bit. Lost a little bit of the gap there. So Matt's across the line. Congratulations, Matt. Here comes Spiffy over the jump. And he and Spinny both do a nice little dance maneuver there at the end. They come in 3 and 4. Klaus comes in 4th position. Sorry, 2 and 3. Klaus is 4th. Ian is 5th. We're going to have Ravenman 6th and Marky B in 7th. All right, great job, everybody. Let's get to race 2. And while I am setting up race 2, we can take a look at the recap here. So here's last week's results. In race 1, you have Matt MacGyver. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, this is qualifying right here. So you can see Matt MacGyver was the top qualifier. Oh, excuse me. No, it's not. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, this was the race. Oh, thank goodness. I haven't lost my mind. And we raced at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore, West End Reverse. Best lap of 56.419. Spiffy not too far behind, 56.517. He comes in second. Although with a 4-second gap, it wasn't much of a race between the two. Spinny takes third with a really good 56.820 on his fastest lap. Trigger, his brother, Jimbo, gets a 56.840. So, like brother, I suppose. And Marky B comes in fifth with a 101.493. Give me a moment, please, while I find this next replay. And there it is. Sorry about the noises, folks. It's Gran Turismo. What are you going to do? All right, so on to race 2 from last week. And Matt MacGyver yet again with the fastest lap, but Spinny won that race with Matt coming in second, but very close second. It was a pretty exciting race. If you managed to watch it last week, it was a cracking race between those two. Spiffy comes in third in the Sylvia Aero Special. Trigger comes in fourth, and Marky B, Spiffy's partner, has a DNF, crashed out, and gets a 101 for his fastest lap. That was not his favorite track. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and pause this sucker. Get all the audio and video stuff together. Looks good. All right, on to the race. Give me a moment. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at the standings real quick. So, like I said, it's a team event. Slowish Engine is the overall leader in the individual competition, followed by the Scruffy Top Marky B. And TBC Dad Bod is actually Spiffy, who you see on track. Matt MacGyver in fourth. He has missed a race. Had he not, it's very likely he'd be quite a bit higher. Trigger in fifth. Leon is in sixth, having done one race, and he should be back for another soon. Klaus has a single race in his pocket, but did very well. And, of course, he's here today, so his prospects are likely to improve greatly. On the team side, the Spiffy Toffs, that would be Mark and Spiffy, are in the lead with 274 total. Jim Bob BMW, that would be Jimbo and Rob, the brothers Spin, and they are close behind with 243 points. MacGyver, who's racing by himself, is in third, but he's racing by himself, so that's impressive. Klaus/Leon are in fourth with 96 points, but then again, they just had one race. All right, so you're all caught up. Let's get to the next race. This is race 2. We are just about to start. Here come the lights. So we will have Matt on mediums now. Oh, Spiffy takes the lead. Great start. Matt goes a little wide. So Spiffy gets a good start and overtakes Matt for the first corner. Spinny in third. Klaus is in fourth. Already umbilically connected to Spinny. All right, they get through this section cleanly. Let's see how they do the next one. All right, looking good all the way to the back. It looks like Wavy, who is a new driver, got himself through, and he's past Mark. Mark's now pretty far behind. He might have had an incident. Here comes Wavy up the hill. We got Raven Man and Spinny. Goes to tail, and Raven Man's trying to get alongside of him. Can't quite make it happen. Oh, everybody's really close up this hill. These curves are nasty. It looks like everybody's got through. Let's see. Wavy's good. Mark is good. Everybody's good. All right. And Spiffy out in the lead. Matt MacGyver close behind, and even closer behind now is Klaus. So Klaus has gotten round Spinny and is gunning for Matt MacGyver. God, he's fast. Oh no! Matt grabs the wall and into the barrier. So there goes Klaus into second. Spinny right behind in third. Raven Man in fourth. Wavy in fifth. Marky right behind him in sixth. And Matt relegated all the way to the back in second place. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, friend. All right, so Spiffy is tootling along with a great big green blob of terror in his mirror. Oh, you gotta love lap 2. Everybody goes purple. Here comes Spinny up the hill, solidly in third place. Raven Man, Matt's teammate, is now the lead in that team. In fourth position, Matt has worked his way up past Wavy just now. So Wavy's back to seventh, Matt's in sixth, and Team Moo Cow is in fifth and first. So that's solid for Team Bovine. Here comes Ravenman and Spinny down the hill. Tricky spot. Blind corner coming up. You got to take this one tight and wide. And here comes Ravenman. Ravenman is looking proper quick. All right, let's see who's dropped the fastest lap. Well, Klaus, of course, 107.5. Klaus is still on soft tires because he didn't finish in the top 3 the previous race. That's when the tire change happens. If you finish in the top 3 positions, you will go to the medium tire. In the case of Spiffy and Spinny, they were already on them. So they will remain on the medium tires. Klaus is on softs. And as you can see, he is absolutely burning up the track, catching up the Spiff. Great line. Oh, that was really close. Oh my God. All right, Raven Man up ahead of Marky B. Marky's in fourth now. How'd you get around Matt? Oh, good heavens. Wavy's up in his sixth. And Spinny way in the back, so he definitely had something not go his way. Let's see. We don't have a lap number yet to see how many seconds he lost. Yeah, true to form, Klaus is right on Spiffy's bumper. Shooting for the lead. I think he's looking for an opening here. Doesn't quite find it, but he'll get the slipstream coming up the hill. Let's see if he can overtake him in the corner in turn 1. Okay, nice wide line. Oh, way up to the apex. This turn is more of a V than a U. A great line. Picks up a ton of speed. And that slipstream is definitely working to Klaus's benefit. All right. Takes it wide, cuts the apex really tight. Oh man, he wants this bad. Oh my God, look at this. I don't know if the outside's the best spot here to try to overtake, but by God, he does it. He makes it stick. That was outstanding. All right, I think we should watch that again. So, here we go. So Klaus just goes on the outside. He sees Spiffy going up the hill, taking a tight part of the corner. He says, I'll have that. It's a little bit of grass, but seems to do him no harm. Spiffy trying to get the inside on him. Very unlikely he can make that stick with those harder tires, and he doesn't. So he'll have to content himself with a slipstream and hope he can hang on as Klaus takes P1. Outstanding pass. And here comes MacGyver in the Jag. On the way up into fourth now. He'd gone all the way to the back. And it's already picked up 4 positions. So here's Spinny. And yeah, he did. Lap 4 was terrible. 120, so he must have had a bad spin. Or he hit the barrier. As he tries to reduce speed coming through here, I think he almost lost it. Here comes Mark. Back down to 6th as he gets passed by both MacGyver and Spinny. Put down a 108.7 though. Very good lap. He's got some damage on the front though. Here comes Wavy. Alright, let's get back to Klaus. Oh, Spiffy's still hanging on. I thought Klaus would have been miles ahead of him by now. And drops the fastest lap on a 7-1. So Klaus is on a tear right now. Outstanding. Now Spiffy's chasing. Whoa! Hang on! He can't hold on! Oh! Hey, he hits the curb and sends him flying. Alright, so there he goes. Back down to 2nd. He had enough gap back to MacGyver so he can hang on to the spot. MacGyver's still a good ways back. So there goes Spiffy into the lead on those medium tires. Gingerly making his way up through the twisties. This is a very tight uphill right here. And almost completely blind, so you gotta be pretty careful if you're not a brake driver. There goes into the grass. Nice. And here comes Klaus. Not a happy boy at this moment. Definitely wants that spot back. Alright, so we got Raven Man making his way up toward his partner, Matt. Spinny behind him in 5th. Wavy has gotten up to 6th, and Marky has made his way out to the back. And look at that lap time, 39.9. I don't know what happened back there. It must have been pretty bad. Let's go back and take a look, shall we? Yeah, he's off into the barrier somehow. Oof. That was a long stop. Let's see what happens. Oh, he got wide, and then he got tagged. And it looks like Wavy's trying to wait for him here, which is fair play. And Mark's trying to get the car back on track. Alright, so we know what happened. Alright, so Mark's back on track, doing fine. Spiffy out in front. Klaus still holding on to that fastest lap. Man, that Aston sounds good. I love how that sound when they go up over the jump. Where? Okay. Here's Wavy in 6th, pretty far back. And Marky trying to get back into the action. Let's see what line he takes here. There's Klaus. Okay, Klaus got some grass, but he survived. Good on him. On Raven Man's oh my goodness, he must have bashed it. Let's take a look. Let's see what he does here. Okay, this is that tricky ass one. Yeah, I just took it wide. Too much curb. And launched him. And here comes Spinny. Alright, no ghosting. That could have been real bad if he tagged him. So Spinny up into 4th. Lots and lots of damage to these cars. This is not an easy one. Spiffy drops to 107, just about a 107.9. It's okay for medium tires, I guess. Still making his way toward the front. Matt MacGyver right behind him. Klaus, Matt, and Spinny are by far the fastest drivers on track. So you wouldn't expect to see them far behind for too long, especially with 8 laps to go, or thereabouts. All right, here comes Klaus. Put down a 107.2 his previous lap, so he's back on pace. 107.4 for Spiffy. All right, decent lap. 107.6 for Matt, but he's put a better lap than that. Nope, 107.6 is fastest. I'm surprised. Of course, he's on medium tires, so don't expect miracles. All right, oh, Matt's on a fast one now. He's got a purple sector. What do we got? Spinny back there in 4th, Ravenman in 5th, Wavy in 6th. Boy, a lot of tire squeal. He's having a real hard time keeping that sucker on track. He's running on mediums too. I'm not really sure why. He wasn't in the previous race. At least I'm not aware of it. He was going under a different name. But yeah, he's really not having the most fun on those medium tires. And here comes Mark. Looks like he's got his pace back. So that's good stuff. Back to the front here. We have Spiffy with a... Oh my goodness, he just got lost it. But with a pretty good lead. Making his way up the hill to the twissies. And these are such tight S's, especially this one here. This one decreases radius at the top. It's just nasty. As Matt MacGyver takes a spin. What happened? Did somebody get clipped? Let's take a look. Oh, they're going at it hard. Yeah, Matt's caught up to Klaus somehow. And Matt wants that P2 bad. Real bad. But a little own goal there. Just overcooks it. He's not... he's not running traction control, so he just stomped a little too hard on the accelerator. So that sends him out to the barrier. Klaus back to 2nd place all by himself. Now Matt has Spinny to contend with. And oh, Matt dropped a 107.0 prior to that unfortunate mistake. So he now has, and he dropped a 116.8. So he's just content to make us all look bad. And here comes Spinny. Trying to get that slipstream. Takes a great line through. Comes Raven Man. Looking good. Oh, we have Marky and Wavy going at it now. Marky's overtaken. Let's watch this for a while. Goodness. These two are clearly pretty well matched. Driving the same car. Let's see, Mark's got a 108.7 for his fast lap. Brady's a 108.4, so yeah, very evenly matched. Still, both of them have plenty of trouble in this track. And Mark goes into a nasty slide. Keeps it together. Yeah, he looks great coming down the hill up into the S's. All right, slows way down. Wavy trying to find a line around him. And the over-under attempt is not successful. Staying wide, I think Wavy's just trying not to knock into anybody. As Marky just waits. Yeah, I guess he was not feeling good about that corner, so he went ahead and said bye-bye to Wavy. As Wavy jumps up into 6th. All right, so here's Spiffy. Nobody behind him. Several second lead. We have Klaus And Matt is pretty far back from him. Oh, let's see. I think I just saw. Let's see if he can see Klaus up ahead. Yeah, but he's all the way around the corner just now. So, yeah, not even close. All right, well, let's take a drive along with Spinny. Second fastest lap on the track. Oh, and he's gone purple in Sector 1. This time he's taking a much tighter line for the sweeper. Nice and wide. Oh, he touches. Oh, my. Holds it together somehow. Oh, but he lost a couple of tenths. We have a yellow flag. What's happened? Oh, it looks like Mark's off again. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, he's back on pace. Good deal. We've got Klaus coming up behind him. So I imagine he'll make way. Yeah, he's going to make way for Klaus. Oh, yeah, he's trying to get out of the way, but he's not sure where to go. All right, fair play, Mark. Thank you, sir. All right, Spiffy out in front. Pretty comfortable lead. Here's Klaus. Who's he got behind him? That's Mark behind him. Okay. So Klaus is all by his lonesome. All right, let's watch Matt go through this first series of downhill curves and see what line he takes. Clips that corner of the grass, nice and tight, gets wide, cuts the corner, a little bit of brake, yeah, perfect. And just about 800ths off of his best lap, so well done. But no, he gets wide. He has not caught the barrier just yet. He just saves it. Somehow he kept that thing on track. Lost a lot of time, but did not crash, so it could have been a lot worse. All right, how's Klaus looking? He's looking all right. Oh, you see Spiffy up front there. He is starting to catch up, as would be expected. Still about 4 or 5 seconds gap, and there's not much time left in this race. We've got maybe, I want to say 2 minutes to go, even though that's not showing on the screen. All right, good line through that sector. Half a second off his best lap. Here comes Klaus, about a half second off his best lap. Matt, good line, very tight, very clean, and 3 1/1000ths better so far than his fastest time on that sector. He loves to take this one wide. It's a great way to get speed out of the corner. So same line that Spiffy is taking, except wider. Here comes Spinny, and Spinny sees Matt in his windshield. Oh, and he's gaining on him. All right, he and Matt are both on mediums, which, again, the lap that Matt put down, 107.0, that was on medium tires, so that is epic. And I don't know where that 116 came from, but it disappeared. This game is glitchy. All right, so there goes Klaus. Great line, great exit. Really tight into this turn. Wide, tucks it in, clips the curbs. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. 145 to the purple. Outstanding. Matt's slowing down a little bit. Comes Spinny. Spinny is on track for his best lap. Comes Raven Man. Oh, it looks like we lost Mark. So Matt's partner, Raven Man, is putting down some good times. Here comes Wavy. He dropped to 108.1 his previous lap. Not bad at all. He's not going to beat that here. All right, Spiffy's out front. Can he see? Oh, yeah, there's Klaus looming in behind him. 108.759. So really just kind of holding it together, not going for the fastest lap with a lead of that size. You don't really need to. But with Klaus on your tail, you might want to give that a rethink. Yeah, nice line. Let's see how this sector looks. Not great, not bad. Oh, Klaus gets his best sector, but damn near loses it. All right, gonna take the tight line. Sweep. All right, and where is Matt? Matt's still well behind, just now coming into the left-hander. Takes the same line now that Klaus took, so maybe they've discovered something. They are putting down screaming laps. There's Spinny, Raven Man, and Wavy, all looking clean and clear. As Spiffy comes to the end of lap 17. Looks like he's coming up on Wavy. Oh, good lap, 107.8. All right, here comes Klaus. Oh, 107.6. What are you going to do, Matt? It's going to be a slow one. It looks like he must have got himself in some hot water because Spinny's right on his tail with a 107.5, which I believe is his best lap by far. That's a good lap, especially on mediums. Oh my, this is the race. Let's see, Raven Man and Wavy. No competition going on back there. This is the race. All right, we're on the last lap. Let's see where the leader is. He's coming up through the S's, I believe. Oh, Matt takes a wide line. He gets loose. Somehow holds it together. Where's Spiffy coming up through the S's? Okay. Let's keep an eye on this one for a while. All right, coming up through the first part of the S's, out through the second, into the blind right hand. And this, you gotta drop a gear here. And Spinny, oh, he's looking for the inside, can't get that line to work. All right, looks like we have got our finishers. Let's go back. We'll watch the finish here. As Spiffy takes the jump, crosses the line. Congratulations, Spiffy. And Klaus right behind him. Just a couple seconds behind, takes P2. Great run, Klaus. Now Matt and Spinny into it, but Spinny just is not going to have the grunt to get up that hill and catch it. So there's 3 and 4. Here comes Raven Man to round out the field in 5th. Wavy's race is over. Through the last S, up the hill, over the jump, woo! And across the line. All right, great race. We had some really good lap times. Lost a couple of drivers, sadly, but we'll see them again next week, surely. All right, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. It was a lot of fun. I hope you will come back again for our next race. We have one coming up on Monday called the Monday Mega Mix, featuring the Honda 2 and 4 this week. And next week, if I'm not mistaken, we are moving on to some old 90s F1 cars, the F3500 Gran Turismo special. So this ought to be awesome. So, folks, if you can, join us on Monday. Until then, I want to thank you for joining the stream and say ta-ta for now. Bye-bye, everybody.